Welcome back to Planet SHIB, everyone. This is Ace. Today I'm just going to take you through my current portfolio. I know I've done a video like this in the past. This is just an update. I'm going to take you through my balance in SHIB, in Leash, in Bone, and I'm going to take this as a small opportunity to have a short discussion on where SHIB will gain its most value next, its most value boost next. Okay, without further ado, this is my current Shiba Inu ecosystem dashboard. At the moment, these are my current balances of the Shiba of my tokens, and I'm sitting at about roughly 20% of the targets which I've set for each of the tokens. I have configured so it's roughly about it's accurate at the moment. Obviously the circulating supply here doesn't change, and that's the price. And as you're familiar with my calculators by now, so what I wanted to show you though is if you look at my balance compared to last time, it's now 5,700, but I think we were much closer to 9,000 not long ago, and that's predominantly because of Leash. Even though I have increased my position in Leash, I have my target is one Leash, and I'll probably top that up this week. And to be honest, I don't intend on making any more additional purchases in my Shiba Inu ecosystem. I feel like I've reached the target which my risk tolerance is comfortable with, and yes, that's what I'll do. The only other purchase I'll most probably do is just to round it up. I'll probably gradually reach 500 million SHIB, and I'll probably leave it there. I have reached my bone target, which was 1,000, so I'm comfortable with where that is. Let's just quickly go to Shiba Swap, and I will just confirm to you my berry rewards at the moment. So obviously the rewards came out, and as you know, the rewards are, like, for most people, are getting less and less with more people who are staking. And as long as we're not increasing our staking amount, the rewards will usually be fairly minimal. So I'll quickly show you. So what I did is to update my bone amount, I added all my bone from here, from my SHIB buried. I think it's a total of 16 here, and I haven't woofed any so far. In Leash, it's not that much. It's a total of, I don't know, maybe 4 in total. And my biggest is in Bone here. In Bone, it's quite a bit. It's probably 18 or so. And my other SHIB is coming from the woof section. After it loads, you'll see it's a total of about 655. So in total, it does add up to about 1205. So I wanted to show you something. So if you notice that I've lost my the value has definitely gone down. So I wanted to take this as an opportunity to illustrate to you one of the benefits of a stable coin. As you know, we are introducing a stable coin into the ecosystem in phase 2, and the name of that stable coin will be SHI. So I've just created this SHI calculator just to give you some an illustration of how it would best fit into this ecosystem. As you know, cryptocurrencies are highly volatile, and one of the purposes of a stable coin is to be able to hold the value during periods of volatility. By the way, this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please consider these videos for information purposes and entertainment purposes. Okay, having said that, okay, cool. So I think, as you're probably aware, that we were at about 1 billion more than this not long ago. So just for ordinary purposes, I'm going to add 1 billion to the market cap. It wasn't long since we were there, so I'm just going to add 1 billion here. Leash, I know, was trading just below 3,000 not long ago, so I'll probably put, okay, yeah, I think in the last couple months, it definitely was around there. And Bone, I know we've all known that we were sitting in the mid 3s not long ago. So I'm just going to quickly, for illustration purposes, I'll just put it there. Yeah, it probably wasn't that much. Okay, so I'll put it there. So that would put my my portfolio, it was about 10,000, if you remember from my some of my previous videos. So in a period of volatility, basically what would happen is I could come here and I'm going to take away 1,500 from SHIB. I'll take away 1,000 from leash, and I'll take away, let's just say, 1,000 from bone. Those would have been gains which I would have made. I think I did it in the wrong place. 1,000 from bone, and I would basically just add it to here. So I think that's is it 3,500, which I would add here. So if you'd see the values here, they drop because the market would have potentially the market would be dropping, but I would have held the value in in SHI over here, even as the market dropped. And that's the value of having a stable coin. Of course, you can use other stable coin, but it's just good to have a stable coin within our own unique ecosystem. And it'll be interesting to see how what additional benefits having a stable coin in our ecosystem will have. Now, the more immediate question you may have is, where is the next gains, or where is the next boom going to come from? So contrary to popular belief, I know we like talking about our listings, and actually we did really well recently. As you know, we've been listed on the institutional investor segment of Coinbase, which is really good. And that's one step away from Coinbase Pro, which is one step away from Coinbase. And that's really one of the last major listings which we've been expecting. So many people are wondering, where's the next pump, or going to come from, or influx of value. It's going to come from alt season. So if you haven't heard what alt season is, I've illustrated before, but just not under that name. Basically, alt season is basically, it happens. Alt stat is short for altcoin, and altcoin is any coin which is not Bitcoin. During alt season, typically it happens after Bitcoin has reached its all-time high. As you know, I've used this illustration before. Generally, when Bitcoin grows, particularly when it hits its all-time high, because a lot of media attention goes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, that has a flow-on effect to pretty much all cryptocurrencies in the crypto sphere, and they tend to grow. Let me illustrate this. I'm going to go here and I'll show you. This is an all-time chart for Bitcoin. In December of 2017, that's when it experienced its first all-time high. If you have a look there, and its next all-time high was obviously recently this year, which was in about April, May. So I'm just going to jump to the next, the first altcoin, which is really Ethereum over here. If you see at around about the same time, December, just after December, January, that's when Ethereum experienced its also first major all-time high. And and then after that, can you see that it's also the same thing? It happened in May as well. And that's when, and it happens after Bitcoin hits its all-time high. The flow-on effects jump to crypto in general. I'm just using these as examples because they're well-known cryptocurrencies. And here's Cardano, for example. If you notice, same time, once again, after Bitcoin hit its all-time high, so did Cardano, and that's what happens there. And also here we have same time, as in when shortly after Bitcoin hits its all-time high, that's what happened over there. So what is alt season? Let me see if I can find a definition for you. Okay, I looked this up for you guys. Check out. An alt season is a short period of usually a few months in which altcoins have high value. It is important to sell your altcoins again before alt season is over. We often see the value can drop just as quickly as it has increased. An example of alt season is on 16 December 2017. So that's alt season for you, as I've explained. And as you know, in SHIB, that's actually if it wasn't for the alt season of April and May this year, there would be no SHIB. There would be no Dogecoin, which would mean there would be no SHIB, at least at these significant heights. Many of you would not even have heard of SHIB. So that is really the fundamental trigger which we're ultimately waiting for. But the big difference is SHIB, we reached our all-time high, and we're now stabilizing where we are at right now. But we literally came from nothing, just like it says in the wolf paper. But now we have a lot more value, a lot more utility, and we're actually on a lot more listings. During the first alt season, we were only listed on Binance. That was the only major one, and other listings tended to come after. But now, by the time the next alt season takes place, will have a much bigger base, like a considerably bigger base on which people and different platforms on which people can access SHIB. And if we play our cards right, that's when our next big boom is gonna come from. Okay, so your next question is, so when is the next big boom coming? Okay, I'm glad you asked. And I think I've shown this before, but this one here, this is called the Bitcoin stock to flow model. It is basically a model which has been fairly accurate in predicting the price of Bitcoin since the inception of Bitcoin right up until now. The blue line in the middle, it represents what the person who created this model, that line represents what the price of Bitcoin should be according to supply of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, kind of like the bone token, it's constantly being mined. And the rainbow color over there, that represents where Bitcoin's price actually fell. So basically, it's when the demand was high, it went above the blue line. When the demand was low, which was never that often, it would trip at the pretty much at the bottom. But more or less, this has been one of the most accurate predictors of Bitcoin, and it's been in fact, it's been very accurate all up until roundabout now. So basically, the only times when it's high is when demand is higher than supply, and when it goes below, it's when there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But it almost always kicks back up. Now, if I scroll over here, currently to where we are, we're in August. I'll scroll to where. So typically, we are supposed to be, according to this model, at about 95 in Bitcoin. And so at some point, this rainbow line is going to catch up, as it predictably has all along. It is going to catch up with this blue line here. And market analysts are predicting December. So if that happens by December, Bitcoin would have doubled its all-time high. Because remember, you can say Shiba Inu was effective. It reached its dominance in the month of May, during the first Bitcoin all-time high. So if, according to this model, if this happens again, I'm watching it for around December. If and when that happens, that's our biggest chance of getting genuine growth. And where that will come from, it has to come from outside of crypto spheres, because many of you guys weren't even in cryptocurrency before this boom here. You didn't even own a cryptocurrency, so which means you came from outside of the cryptoverse, and that's what most probably needs to happen again. And that's why it's good to, in my view, to be in Shiba Inu right now when things are consolidating and at these sort of prices. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say at the moment, and just show you a use case of SHI within our ecosystem. I hope you found that useful. Thank you very much for watching my videos, guys. I've got some others prepared, but some of the good videos take time. So in the meantime, I'll just keep preparing as I go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.